Dana Loesch and the NRA really showed their true colors last night. I am Jesse Dollemore with Statesmith.com. Well, last night, for the CNN town hall on guns in America, the NRA marched out its angry talking head propagandist, Dana Loesch, to address the victims of several recent shootings and to try to spin their dangerous policy positions on guns into something other than bad for America and an insult to the thousands of American children who've been murdered as a result of the unjustifiably lax gun policy in this country. You're going to hear a lot of commentary and see a lot of clips online of her from both the town hall and today's convention of America's most right-wing extremists at CPAC. You're even going to see some right now from me. And I hope to tune into something a little different that struck me, though. And that thing is the two different Dana Loesch's. There's this fiery, over-the-top alarmist who traffics in veiled threats against the country's constitutionally protected free press. And then you have whatever we had that showed up last night in Florida. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about. Here we have the fire-breathing dragon spewing hate and venom at the New York Times.
Consider this the shot across your proverbial bow. We're going to fisk the New York Times and find out just what deep rich means to this old gray hag, this untrustworthy, dishonest rag that has subsisted on the welfare of mediocrity for 1, 2, 3 more decades. We're going to laser focus on your so-called honest pursuit of truth. In short, we're coming for you.
Did you hear that? She's bringing up a lot of imagery of weapons and violence. Shot across your bow is, of course, a military term, and the threat of laser focusing on them sure does conjure imagery of a laser sight on a weapon. And here's another one of her using tactics meant to scare and divide America.
Their fate will be failure, and they will perish in the political flames of their own fires.
Their fate will be failure, and they will perish in the political flames of their own fires. Listen to that overwrought fear-mongering. It must be really hard work to take yourself that damn seriously. So, keeping all of this in mind, check out this version of Dana that showed up at the town hall last night.
Well, first off, Emma, I want to applaud you for standing up and speaking out. And for anyone who has ever criticized you or any of these students up here, including people who have been on my side of this issue, I don't think that anyone should deny you your voice or deny you your position because you are young.
We want to thank you for that.
I was a very politically active teenager, and I'm on this stage as a result of that. Think of how far you all could go as a result of voicing your beliefs. Now, I want to answer your question, and I want to be allowed the opportunity, which is why I am here, to talk and have this discussion with you all and answer these questions. This is why I came down here.
What was that? What happened to their fate will be failure? What happened to telling the opposition that they will perish in the political flames of their own fires? 2 words. Disgusting hypocrite. Is hypocrite, is it too harsh? I don't think so. Because only a few hours after she was talking to these kids in Florida, she showed up in D.C. to speak at CPAC. And then, once she's in her little safe space, surrounded by her conservative brethren, she said this.
Many in legacy media love mass shootings. You guys love it. Now, I'm not saying that you love the tragedy, but I am saying that you love the ratings. Crying white mothers are ratings gold to you and many in the legacy media in the back.
Gross. Just gross. And listen, some are giving her and the NRA credit for having showed up at the town hall. Don't give them or her credit. The only reason the NRA showed up was because they know the tide is turning on this issue of guns in America. And years of them refusing to compromise is catching up with them. And they had to show up. They had to in order to delay their inevitable irrelevance.